So from here we want to go ahead and make these states do something. Let's go to the main menu. Actually, before that, this constructor to the main stage is the first function that should execute. Let's go ahead and call it to load the main menu. And the current state is going to be null. There's nothing there right now. And the next state is going to be menu. That's what we want. So that should call this and add that. Main menu. Let's put some buttons on there. So that we'll put a play button and an exit button. The play button will take us to the game state. And that's really the tricky part, or the whole point of this tutorial, is to get a button from this class to actually go back to the main class and then call and create the game class. It's kind of tricky, but this is where it starts. Alright, so we will have to add the buttons on and add the event handlers. Let's add the buttons in. Back to stage, import to stage, to library, excuse me, the two buttons. And the first button is exit. Let's change its properties to movie clip, main menu, exit. That's a good name. Again, make it a class. And we won't have a file for that class. It's okay to do that. And again, for symbol 4, which is play, change it to a movie clip also, and it's class. And that's good. That's okay. We're good here. Let's go back to the menu. And essentially do this same thing, but for our buttons. Let's see. Button play will be MMPLAY. This will be a new play, so it's a new class. Add child. We're not add child just yet. The button needs some sort of way to know when it's being clicked and some way to react to that. So I have to add on an event listener. First we want to, this is basically the code, line by line, so that makes sense. First we'll add the event listener itself. That's pretty important. So the variable dot add event listener to a mouse event down, and this is the function that it'll call when it does click down. And then the name, you can name this whatever you want. Just write public function, and it gets a parameter inside, and that is this one, the mouse event. That mouse event comes from a library right here, flash.import.events. I just put star for it all. It's fine by me. And then we're going to want to position it in the very, very middle of the screen. And this is the code to do that. Make sure we change very carefully, even if it's your own code and you're cutting and copying. Make sure you change all the variable names appropriately. That looks like it should work for the play button on top. I'll do it again, but for the exit button. So turn play to exit. Alright, that should be correct. Exit. Exit. I did use that. Correct. Okay. It needs to be on top of each other, so let's add to the Y, which moves the image down actually, plus equal its actual height. So it's fully visible plus, let's say, 4. That should show us that, and we need a different function. So instead of play, it'll be exit. How about button? Change this to the exit. Actually write it out so it's readable. Alright, that should function. And what we want to do in this function is, for plays, we want to call back to the main, then move it forward to the game. So we need some sort of callback function. We'll put that into the parameter of the constructor. So we'll call back. We need a variable, so call back. It's a type of function with a capital F. Make sure it's a capital F, otherwise it won't like it at all. Call back. And from here we will call back saying remove this object and we'll move to the state of game. And for the exit, same idea, but remove this and add exit. That is part 2. Next we will wrap it all up and see it all work.